From the outside, the old Victorian situated on the quiet streets of Mitchell, Indiana, looks like any other turn-of-the-century Hoosier home. Patterned drapes cover stained glass windows, glimpses of wooden poster beds and crystal chandeliers beckon of a time long past. But according to many paranormal investigators, it's a history that is still very much alive.
In 1899, it is suggested that Dr. John Gibbons and his wife Jessie moved into Whispers Estate. We do believe that Dr. John did practice surgery here in Whispers Estate. We do believe that the bathroom actually in Dr. John's room was the operating room. We did discover a drain in the middle of the floor. There are 2 huge windows in there for natural lighting, and also the flooring back there, it is black and white with gold flake, and back in the day, the doctor's office floors were black and white with gold flake. However, it is suggested that he specialized in being a pediatrician. Of course, back then they didn't have specialties, but I think that that was a great interest of his.
That love of children led Dr. Gibbons and his wife, Jessie, to adopt 3 orphan children. Unfortunately, a happy home would not result. In 1912, during a cold winter day, their daughter Rachel got too close to an open flame. A fire ensued, and she died 2 days later in an upstairs bedroom. Shortly after, another daughter, an infant named Elizabeth, passed away. The deaths took a grave emotional toll on Mrs. Gibbons. Just 2 weeks after the death of Elizabeth, Mrs. Gibbons developed a severe case of pneumonia and passed away in the same room. In total, 6 confirmed deaths have occurred in the home.
It's also reported that there was a little boy that passed away in the house, as well as a gentleman upstairs in the servants' quarters. But again, we don't know the exact number of Dr. John being a doctor, how many patients expired here. So we think that that has a contributing factor to why the house is haunted, if you will. The reason why the house is called Whispers Estates is because oftentimes people will hear whispering, not only on their paranormal equipment through EVPs, but just hearing them in your ear while you're in here. Oftentimes we will hear singing. We will hear conversations going on upstairs as if there might be like a television on and you can't quite hear the station that it's on, but you can hear people talking back and forth. And it has become so frequent that the name Whispers Estate was thought of, and I think it's very fitting.
The haunting reports continue to attract paranormal investigators from across the country, anxious to experience Whisper Estates for themselves.
I think the more people that come here, when they have all these cool things happen and then they return home, I think a little bit of Whispers stays with them. The history of the house, we do believe, is correct, and we are about the truth here. We aren't trying to fabricate anything, and if we don't have the documentation, we always say legend and lore.
And the legends have grown to include frightening reports of scratches, bites, and even growls. Today, Whisper Estates is largely regarded as the most haunted location in Indiana, and has received national attention as the Travel Channel's 4th most terrifying place.
The entities coming into the home here, I think a lot of them welcome you. I think a lot of them are happy. We have these people here interacting, that they can communicate with them. Some of the negative entities here, not so much. It's a roller coaster ride. It is that indeed. You never know what you're going to experience. And when you come here, you always experience something. But I guess I would tell them, be open to what's in here, because the more you're open, the more you're gonna get. Don't come in here with a negative attitude, because from what I've experienced, they don't like negative people here, and everything just kind of just shut down. You know, spend some time with the entities. Shut all your cameras off, all your equipment, spend some time with them, and you'll get a lot more experience out of it.